So, there is a mortal after all. Bizerain has done little in his time as king that has been quite so progressive as welcoming a mortal into our fold. I have given up mortal. It is the way of life to struggle, I think, in the jaws of death. But how can we consider ourselves devout if we struggle? No. Let us lay down our arms, let us lay upon the midden soil and pass on. How fitting, I think, that this place becomes like the bodies we tend, empty, cold, and eventually consisting of nothing. His is the voice that cries out when struck dead. I see only doom for our people, and neither Bizerain nor Sidon can avert it. Quiet place once. I used to watch the rooks and crows rest gently upon its boughs, but now the beasts are savage things, glutting themselves on rotten flesh. It is said that Saturnin is one of us, one of the house. But who? Why would one of us betray us to the Tuatha? Be safe.
It seems these days that many flock to the midden, either to jeer at the ruin of the gallows tree, or to bring ruin to this house. Which are you, I wonder? I will no longer stomach the delays and insults of Bizerain. The house must be led to war, if not by him, then by someone else. There are few places in the world that have magic like the Midden does. This is an ancient place, a home of elder things than we Fae. We are a thing of necessity, so I am told. An answer to our brethren, the Summer Fae, and the court they have constructed. Can he hope for victory alone, when the whole of the house fears defeat? I applaud his determination, but I feel it will be his undoing. It is a difficult thing, not to know who your opponent is. No one can truly be trusted, not until Saturnin is stopped. Keep the sorrows.
Let us talk. And so you come. The least powerful of us in some regards, the most powerful in many others. I am Rorid, mortal, one of the tenders of the Midden. I have always lived my life here in this house. What will become of me when it is gone? Are our fates bound, or will they be undone? There is little that can be done for this place now. The Tuatha have sullied our ancestral cradle with the bodies of mortals. It may be changed forever. Nothing good remains for us. Too much has already been lost in this struggle with the Tuatha. There are those that flee the house, as a crow fleeing a coming storm. But Sidon is more than that. He seeks to free us from the Tuatha. Be wary.
Greetings, Siegebreaker. Although there is much that must be done, I have time to talk. Before there was a Court of Winter, before there was a House of Sorrows, there was the Midden, a place where Winter Fae would come to die. The bodies left to rot here mark the covenant of the house. Though the Winter Fae may stave off decay to create its courts and culture, they cannot escape it forever. It is the emblem of the house. It is the heart of the Midden. It is said it has always been here, even during the times of the Weeping King. To be a member of the house is a great honor. Without the House of Sorrows, there would be no Court of Winter, no culture in these lands, only winter. He is the Faithloke talked, the choking vine. He reaches from briars dark and unknown to strangle the life from us. Farewell.
Let us talk.
Mortal, there is something that requires the attention of one of your kind. You have been to the Midden, yes? The sacred ground being desecrated by the corpses of your kind? The nature of my request is not something the Midden needs, but something the Midden should do without. The corpses of your brethren have been thrown into the Midden as a declaration of hostility by the Tuatha. But they do more than signify a point. Their corruption and rot have drawn an ancient Lianshi Mithra from slumber. She gluts herself on the bodies and will further corrupt the Midden if unchecked. To feed, Lianshi are drawn to death and decay, something Winter Fae embody in spirit, but which mortals embody in flesh. When mortal corpses began appearing in the Midden, Mithra was unable to resist the temptation before her, and now she runs rampant. You cannot hope to solve the problem with a simple application of violence. Beathra is old, and she is wise to obvious attacks on her. Searching will yield no quarry, so you must be cunning. If we cannot find her in the Midden, we can force her to return to her den beneath the house. Find fresh corpses, the ones Mithra prefers to eat, and cremate them. With no food to scavenge, she will return to her den. Then you can kill her. She is an ancient and powerful Lianshi. Normally she hibernates in the Midden, but the recent influx of dead mortals has driven her to feed. It will only be a matter of time before she further corrupts the Midden with her presence. For the house's sake, she must be put down. It was a gift of the Earth to commemorate the rot and decomposition of the Fae. Then the Tuatha sullied it with the corpses of their prisoners. Mortals do not decay like Fae do. Mortals putrefy and corrupt. The Midden and the house now feel this grisly taint. It is from these halls that we of the house safeguard the oldest traditions of winter. It must be shown due reverence. The gallows tree is the silent sentinel of the Midden, demonstrating how life grows out of death. It justifies our existence, defines it. It is a symbol not only of the House of Sorrows, but of the Winter Fae. To bear one's corpse upon it was a sacred rite, until the Tuatha defiled it with mortal remains. If there was anyone meant to bear the title King of Sorrows, it was him. Had we not succumbed to the Tuatha's bargaining, he would have been king. Instead, we turned our backs on him. I have nothing more to say about him other than history will know him as the victor. With great difficulty. She is clever and hides well when any come hunting for her. To search for her outright would be folly. But with some cunning, we can force her to appear. Mithra prefers fresh corpses. Destroy those, and she would likely return to her den to wait for more. Locate any fresh corpses you can find and cremate them. Without food, she will stop scavenging and return to her den. Make haste.
Yes?
What is it? I have felt the energies of Mithra fade to Ashara, mortal. I am glad that this business is concluded. At least the Midden will not be in danger of corruption any more than it already is. I thank you for your part in keeping it so. As payment, take this bauble. I discovered it on a body on one of your kind. May it be useful to you in your travels. Yes, yes.